Hello, and welcome to what's going to be my S rank for mission 7. So, for mission 7, I actually S ranked this mission at the very least on Hell and Hell with both characters. I wanted to see which one was going to be the easiest one for this mission. And even though V struggles a little bit with this mission because there's a lot of brutes that can get him off screen, he is the better character by far. You don't need to get that stack of DT over there. I personally feel like it's mandatory because the brutes are here in the first room. This is a brute spawner, and they are gonna be wiping your pet very fast. So having a full DT gauge and being able to summon Nightmare is essential, I would say, for this first part of the battle. You want to immediately head for the spawner, because your pets will attack the things that you are closest to. So just head to the spawner, summon Nightmare, and here is where you want to camp and make sure that your pets are taking out that spawner. They will usually target the things that are closest to you, so if you are standing near the spawner, they will take it out, which means that you only have to deal with the brutes that were summoned here. So there's about 3 or 4 of them, something like that, and if you leave the spawner out, there will be a lot more, which is going to cause a lot of issues. Now you want to be careful because these are the only enemies in the game here that can still attack you when you're going for them to take them out. So you want to be careful when V rushes in to take out enemies. This is, to me, the most dangerous room of this mission by far. If you get past that, the rest are easy, and you have to go here and take out that blood clot. You can't move forward, and be a little bit careful of the mushroom because the mushroom can randomly shoot down one of your pets. I usually just make sure there's just Griffin out because Griffin is too high for that thing to reach. And this fight is required. Go immediately to the spawner, just like previously, and start attacking when you're near the spawner so that you can take it out, because while this is not a brute spawner, it still is not a good idea to leave this thing out. And these guys are fast indeed, but they, just like any other enemy, have a bit of a time. They won't like immediately attack you. And of course there are brutes here, in case you thought that there wasn't. Yes, there are. These guys won't immediately attack you as soon as they hit the screen. Like, they have to, just like with every enemy, get on the screen first before they start attacking you, so you do actually have time to maneuver your way around so that they don't attack you. Otherwise, if you leave them on the screen for too long, yes, they are very fast and it's dangerous. And of course, you have brutes here. About 2 of them, so be careful with those guys because yeah, this is not a pleasant mission for V, but it's not necessarily a hard one either, especially if you take out the spawners fast. Now I managed to take out the spawners very fast, and afterwards we're going to have 2 more fights in that room, and you're gonna be like, wait, what? 2 more fights? Yes. You first have to take out this blood clot. So we had the initial fight, right? And the Shadow is being a little shit. Shadow can actually get blocked by these platforms a lot. Griffin doesn't have that problem, of course, but Shadow does. And as soon as you get to the elevators, you're going to see that another fight happens in the same room. This is the same room as previously. And yes, both fights are required. So you can't leave this room, you can't get to the blood clot, and there's Shadow getting stuck on that ledge. Like, I swear, he has so many problems with that ledge. And during this first half, you only have the bat enemies, which are okay, but they can randomly snipe you from above. Especially if you're not, if you don't notice that they're above you. I've had that happen a couple of times. And afterwards, the next enemies will have some brutes, because of course. Why wouldn't they? So make sure that Shadow is, or V is at the very least on the platform, because I've seen Shadow struggle because he tries to get near V here, and this is very dangerous because I was about to get hit there. I don't know how I didn't get hit by that tentacle thingy. It spawns from the ground. But yeah, there's the brute, in case you thought. Yeah, there's no way they put so many brutes here. Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. There's 2 of them. Again, amazing. So yeah, your pets might get killed, which is why you don't want you don't want Nightmare out like too much in case. And yeah, that was very dicey. What can I say? I got blocked by the sign because I think that guy was dead, but I got blocked by the sign, so I couldn't get to him, and he revived and almost hit me. It was amazing. And now for the first time you're gonna have to fight here these things. You have 2 skeletons and a scissor. You want to get up here and then get their attention, and then go down here and take on the skeletons and the scissors here. Now, why do you want to do that? Because on the stairs, there's those shooty things that will get your pets. And I find this to be a more open space to take out the couple of enemies that we do have, especially the scissors. The scissors can just randomly appear from off screen, straight in your face. So I prefer this big open area to take those 3 enemies out, rather than struggling to dodge the random bot of lasers that the mushrooms have. So that's why I prefer to take those enemies out here, and then I shoot these things with Griffin. And I try to stay as far away from as humanly possible, and they're like gonna be like, wait, why don't you run past these? I can run past these. Like at this point you can run past the mushrooms into the next room. It's not required to take out these mushrooms. I just don't like running through their lasers. That's just me. That's just a me thing, but if you know you can dodge your way through their lasers, you can definitely run past these mushrooms. Their little sparky things are not that dangerous. But it is dangerous when you do have both the scissors and the skeletons here, and you don't want to leave them alone because they will follow you in this room and make it harder for you to take out these spawners. And yes, you have to take out these spawners. So again, I just run through the spawner immediately, and I have my pets attack while I'm near the spawner so that they can take it out, and then I immediately run to the next spawner and have my pets attack while I'm next to the next spawner. And I do have enough DT to summon Nightmare. There's no brutes here from what I can see. The spawners are purely for these types of enemies, so I just keep them off screen. They're actually, this is, if you got here, this is easy, okay? Like from here on out, the fighting is easy. The dangerous part, I would say, are the brute room in the first part, and most of the other brute encounters, because those things can charge you from off screen. Those are what I saw to be the most dangerous ones. But once you're done with this, it's boss time. It's quite literally a race to the boss from this point, and this boss is very easy for V to handle because you can off screen him. Because there's actually like 7.
How much blood has been sacrificed?
No, there's 5 of them. Yeah, I always get confused with how many of them there are here because I never bothered to count them. Anyway, this boss, immediately turn your camera from him. Immediately turn your camera from them, and make sure you're in a corner where Nero isn't. There's gonna be a Nero, which is gonna be like, the boss is gonna focus on the Nero player, and if you're playing as Nero, the boss is gonna focus on the V player, so you can just ignore the boss for the most part and focus on his little minions. And The Nero and V players are usually taken out by the boss, especially if he's the last one standing. Even if he's off screen, he manages to take them out, so don't count on those clones doing much. I've never had them be useful as either Nero or V, so the best thing that you can do is run around. And one thing that I will say here that's very annoying, Nightmare gets summoned exactly where V is. Exactly where he is, every single time. Look at that. I don't want this guy near me because most of the enemies are going to be focusing on him, including the boss, so it's very annoying when he drops straight on my head. And he does this just for this mission. He doesn't do this usually. He's not just dropping straight on your head, but during this small enclosed space, he drops straight on your head every single time you summon him, which is super annoying. But I usually don't leave him out for very long because randomly I can have the boss on screen, and if the boss reaches on screen, he will immediately charge me, which is annoying, and that charge will usually take out one of my pets. So I usually, like the boss was just on screen for a little bit and he immediately charged my pets, of course. So I don't like having Nightmare out for very long, at the very least until I know that all of the other small little mobs are finished, because if it's just the boss, then I can maintain Nightmare, and there he is dropping on my head, love it. If it's just the boss, I can maintain Nightmare out for a little while longer because it will help me with damage and with taking him out faster. Of course, this guy, thank you. But if we still have these random enemies on screen, I really don't like wasting Nightmare out because and by the way, you do need to keep the boss off screen or otherwise he will start charging you. I've never seen this boss focus on Nightmare per se when he's on screen. You do need to be a little bit careful with him because he can be a bit of an asshole. So I personally just don't like to have him on screen at all. I prefer to have him off screen, and there he is. He randomly charged my people. Like, I am not sure. I have to admit that even all things considering, I am not sure if this boss does go docile once he is off screen. Like, this is the one boss where I am not sure of that, but either way, that's the S rank. It is way easier with V than Nero. I do recommend him all. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.